You guys checking, they checking near that buoy right there? I see something right there where you guys are approaching that buoy.
Yeah, we've got two people on it.
Yep, we saw them as well as you guys were heading to it.
How many of? Yeah, they got him. How many of there are y'all? Just y'all? Okay. Yeah, just them, just them.
Pretty dramatic video there supplied by the Hillsborough Sheriff's Department, their aviation and marine divisions, along with the Coast Guard, part of a rescue of a couple and their dog down in Tampa following an incident with a cruise ship, actually the wake of a cruise ship, and its interaction with their vessel when it capsized. Now, there's been a lot of discussion I've seen on the internet about why was the boat so close. It's supposed to be 100 yards away from any cruise ship. What's going on there? Well, actually, it's not 100 yards. It's actually 500 yards. In Tampa, as in most other ports, there is an office there staffed by the United States Coast Guard, and that office is the captain of the port. And the captain of the port in Tampa kind of sets guidelines for Tampa. The captain of the port in Charleston, South Carolina, will set guidelines for the port of South Carolina. And here are some of those guidelines involving cruise ships and the moving safety zone that goes along with it. So this document that we found on the internet deals with transiting vessels with moving safety zones. I want you guys to pay attention right here where I kind of highlighted this. It tells here that, yeah, that's a 500-yard radius of any cruise ship or vessel that's transporting what they consider hazardous cargo. And then also it tells where you can meet and pass by these vessels to not prevent a backlog of traffic. And look right there, there is Gadsden Point, right there in the point, and they cut. Now, Gadsden cut kind of doesn't show up on the chart we're getting ready to show you, but here is an image from a U.S. Army Corps of Engineers map that kind of shows that, yeah, that I know it's going to show up as Hillsborough Bay Channel. It's actually what they consider the Gadsden Point Channel. Now, this map is going to give you guys kind of an idea where the incident took place. We're coming into Tampa Bay here, and you can kind of see it splits into almost a Y shape with shipping kind of going around the mast. But this area is Gadsden Point. Now, this is the Gadsden Point channel, and that is buoy number 6. And that is important because that is where the rescue kind of took place. And we know that because when we look back at the video, we can see that that's buoy is in the picture. Now, it's also important to look at this map and see just how shallow the water becomes quickly outside of the channel. And that is necessary to understand because these big ships have to maintain a certain amount of speed in order to maintain control from wind, drift. You have to have a certain amount of water flowing over the rudder to maintain control of the ship. One of the things I would like to know about this incident is where's the liability? And I've always heard that as a mariner, you are responsible for that wake that is coming off of the back of your vessel. And with these rules from the captain of the port and understanding that the ships have to maintain a certain speed in order to maintain control, and that speed will produce some kind of a wake. If you encounter that wake on a smaller boat, even though you're inside the safety zone where you're supposed to be able to pass, if you got the proper permission to be there, who's at fault? It's an interesting scenario that I hope we get to see a report on to kind of understand this further, because there is a huge thing to learn here about operating smaller vessels in the vicinity of large ships who have restricted maneuverability, and they're in a situation where they really just can't stop the ship. Let me know what your thoughts are in the comment on this. And as always, we want to say, hey, you guys be safe out there.